Okay, welcome to our Wednesday night team call. I am like super excited for this call, and I just have one quick announcement. I think just one. I usually come up with another one, but one for now. I know there are a lot of new coaches, whether you're watching the recording or you're on live. Beachbody does Team Cup twice a year, and what it is you team up with four of the people. So you have a team of five, and you basically just work together to push yourselves as hard as you can during that month. You win some prizes, and it's a lot of fun working with other coaches. Now, every month they have the Success Club prize, and during Team Cup month, the Team Cup prizes are the Success Club prizes that month. So if you're not registered in the team, you don't get that prize, even if you hit Success Club. But so during Team Cup month, and I have the stats pulled up, and they won't come back up, but I think it was on average, coach incomes during Team Cup month increased 75%. I think it was like 75 to 250% actually was like the average, depending. But so incomes always increase. The maximum number of people rank advanced during Team Cup month. And people's businesses just really, that's when they really get started because they're pushing, and they don't want to let their team down. You're working with other people, you learn different things. And even if you've never done anything with this business yet, or you're maybe not super sure, get on a Team Cup team. I'll post in our team page, James can post in hers, and whether you're on the team like within our Dauntless Dynasty or Jamie's Fearless Spirits, whatever team you're on, you don't have to be in the same team. You can be on a team with anyone who's a coach. So definitely get on a team. I can't stress that enough. And then let's see. I think that's the only announcement I have. So I'm just gonna introduce Rachel real quick, and I'm gonna let her take it away. So Rachel signed up as a coach. Well, first of all, Rachel and I had been talking for probably a year, an entire year about coaching. And I was like, man, this girl is like, if she would just give herself a chance, she would rock at it. And I followed up with her. I think she said she looked back and like 12 to 14 times I followed up with her. And that's why, the fortune is in the follow-up. You have to follow up with people for one. But we were talking for an entire year because she was pregnant when we first started talking, and she wanted to eventually be able to stay at home with her baby and make more of an income. And I kept following up with her. So I was like, no, I'm not letting this girl go. And so here she is with us, and she just kind of took it, took it by the ears and just went with it. And I was kind of nervous because I was like, man, she's not asking me any questions. Like, I don't really know if she's doing anything. Like, I know she has it in her. And then all of a sudden she's at like SC4 in her first or second month. And then she's like signing up coaches. And I was like, wait, let me help you so you can rank advanced. And she ranked advanced to Emerald right away. And she's like on her way to Diamond. She hit Success Club last month. And she is like really, she's running these free groups, and one she had like 30, and she's in this other one right now she's running that she has like 30 more people in, and she's just really building connections and providing value, but she's doing it in such a simple way, and she's going to share all of that with us tonight. So Rachel, I will pass it over to you. I can unmute you in a second. You might need to unmute yourself because it's not letting me unmute you. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear me? Okay. All right. Hi. So yes, I am definitely still learning, and I'm usually used to like recording myself and presenting, but this is a little bit different online. So if I'm being weird, just let me know. And so I'm just kind of sharing like what I'm doing right now. And it has kind of been pretty successful, thankfully. And I certainly have a lot to learn. I am not an expert. So I'm just sharing what I've been doing. So I put a PowerPoint together just because I get a little sidetracked. And so this is going to help us stay in the conversation here. So I'm going to try to share my screen, and we're going to go in between the PowerPoint, and then I wanted to bring up examples of groups that I have done and groups that I am currently doing. And then at the end of this, if we have time, hopefully I don't talk too fast or too slow, but if we have time at the end, I wanted to show you how I make some of the content for my free groups that have been a huge hit. Okay, so let's try this. I've never shared my screen before. So if you can see it, I think I can see Megan. Megan, can you see my screen? Okay. All right, so using free groups to attract new customers, and it's kind of, I thought it was kind of funny that I'm saying new customers because I feel like I'm still a new customer, but we'll just roll with this here. So why am I using free groups? So they're very non-threatening. There's no pressure whatsoever from anybody to do anything except something good for themselves. I use it as a sneak peek, an intro feel for what's going on. It leads into further opportunities, allows me to learn more about that person and for them to learn more about me. Even if it's somebody that like I know from high school was like 10 years ago, so a lot has changed since then. So it seriously is a great way for me to connect with people. And for just learn to trust me and learn not being some weirdo that's trying to do something weird. So what I get my inspiration from in these groups. So so for those of you that don't, my day job is I'm actually a health coach at a hospital. So you would think that I like have a lot of that like I'm really good at it, but at being healthy, but I struggled a lot too. So I was trying to think of like, what have I struggled with in the past? Why have I not done what I was supposed to do? So the things that came to my mind and why I'm really thankful for Beachbody and accountability groups in this team is that when you are in that role, unfortunately, you don't get to like be connected with something. So that was something that I really lacked and something that I really, really wanted. So these groups are like a blessing. Like I love it. I love connecting and being part of that community again and being like more on the equal field. So what I get my inspiration from, what I have failed from, what I've found helpful in the past for me to succeed. What do I like to see? What do I search for in my groups as far as like ideas for content and things like that. So I'm a huge Pinterest fan. I love crafting. I'm kind of a nerd and I know how to quilt and I like to make blankets. So one of the things I really want to do in the future is do like a quilting group. I just got an Instapot. I did some big stuff about that, and I'm kind of slowly sprinkling things into my social media posts about the Instapots so that eventually I can say like, oh, we've done X, Y, and Z. Let's do a free group. You know, I'm not going to call it a free group, but let's do a group on Instapots where we can learn from each other and stuff like that. Again, another opportunity for people to learn more about me and build that connection so that they don't think it's just something weird. What are my interests and who has similar goals and interests? I don't know what that noise was. What is going on in my life and who can relate. And then I don't know if you've ever seen her, but Kayla Idsteins, I don't know how to say her name, but she posts a lot of short workout videos and I love it. So that's actually a lot of inspiration from right there. So I run 2 types of groups right now. So one of them is for customers and well, I'll get into later. Customers, and by customers, I mean paid customers, so people who are signed up and continue into new groups, the people who have signed up with challenge packs or who do Beachbody on demand, but do like a supplement or also buy accessory pack equipment or something like that. Contemplating customers, so people who are interested and engage with me on a very regular basis, but they're not yet doing something. So it's not just some rando person that I have just connected with that I allow into this type of a group. It's someone who has put forth some sort of effort to get something. And then there's brand new customers, people who are paying but haven't done anything yet. So my groups, sorry, I'm all over the place here. 1 free week-long group per month. This is my free group. It's usually at the end of the month, and I've decided, right now it could totally change, but I've decided that I like it being at the end of the month or towards the end of the month because it gives them opportunity to fresh for the next month. Like they can end their month a certain way, and then there's something about the start of a new month, the start of a new week, the start of a new year that really gets people motivated to make change. So I like to time my other groups, the paid groups, to start at the beginning of the month, and my free groups to start at the end of the month, so that they really kind of jive together. I do 1 3-week group per month. That's like the paid one, or the really engaged but not yet paying customers group. And then what I'm doing right now actually is a third thing. So it's a series of 3 3-week groups to keep customers engaged for about 90 days. And so I'm tying my free groups into these challenges. So they always know that there's going to be a new group starting at the beginning of each month. They can be in every free group at the end of the month, but they know that there's something regular and routine and scheduled and planned, and something that they can kind of depend on there. So hopefully this makes sense. Examples of the groups. So I use Facebook for these groups, and 2 that I have done, again, I'm pretty new, so I don't have a ton of examples, but I did a Thanksgiving challenge. That one was in November. This is the 1-week group each month at the end of the month. And then one was a Merry Fitness, which was the end of December, early January. Those kind of tied together just because of the holidays. And then one that I'm doing in February is Live, Love, and Lean Forward. So I like to make my free groups themed around something. Kind of talked about this before, future group ideas. Okay, something just happened. Can you still hear me? Yeah, okay. Future group ideas. So again, going back to my interests and things that I like to search very easily. Okay, so I'm going to go into this and try to share my Facebook with you. Oops, stop. Okay. All right, so I think that we're looking at Facebook right now.
I think we can only see your slides right now.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, now I can see your Facebook.
Okay, so I pulled up the different groups that I've done, so that hopefully it gives you a little bit of some ideas here. So I'm going to start with this. This is my Thanksgiving Fitness Challenge. As you can see, I post videos in there, and I'll show you how to make those videos.
Rachel?
The video, yeah.
I think it's just behind a little. Oh, there we go. It was on your profile page, but now it's in your Thanksgiving group. Okay, you're good now.
Okay. So I have the videos that are in all of the free groups, and that just shows a little bit more about me and puts me more in that like real life role instead of me trying to be the expert in this group, which helps people connect with it. This right here is a video that I posted at the end of my group. So at the end of the week, Thanksgiving is over. Now it's time to finish 2017, 5 to 15 pounds. You're in a heck of a lot stronger. Who's with me? So I'm summing up the group, and I'm inviting them to continue on into something else. At the end of each of my free groups, I've done like a group, like a general invitation, and then I'll get into that later, but I also do personal invites with people if I don't hear from them on here. So this post is a video that I just recorded, thanking them for their time, kind of recapping what we went over, some of the successes that people had, and some of the stuff that could happen if they continue on. And then there is a link right here to Google Forms. So Google Forms, you collect information from people, like their emails, some goals that maybe they don't feel comfortable sharing in the group. Again, it's just another way to connect people. I think Megan uses Google Forms a lot too in her stuff. But, if you have questions, you could certainly ask. But Google Forms is super easy to use as long as you have a Gmail account. I don't know, I just just scrolling through here, I try to share as many things as possible. My free groups, what I've been doing is doing a workout of the day that I record. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but let's see. That's really loud. In my workout videos, I have music to it, usually a warm-up, some titles on the side, just to put something in there. As you can see up here, I also sometimes get information from other sources, which I don't like to do, but that one was a time crunch situation. Give them little challenges that they can do, and the challenge really helps people stay engaged. Again, I'm showing my daughter, I'm showing part of my life in there. Usually do like a daily motivation thing. It's stuff that was the very first group that I did, so kind of funny to look back on it. And what I did, the Mary Fitness group here, and this one I actually did while I was on vacation, so that was super interesting, running a group and being part of it. So, before day out of day, what I found, so this
Rachel,
she was.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you're cutting out really bad, so I don't know if it's like,
Okay.
well, you say something and then like 30 seconds later it comes to what you were talking about.
Okay. Let's try something here.
This is just really good stuff, and I don't want them to like miss out on what you're saying.
Right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think it's a little better right now.
Okay. I think what I'll do is I'll go to my backup, which is my phone. I think it's because I'm on a computer here, and I think that connection will work better. So let's see how that goes.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. Can you hear me from this other one?
I think so. Okay. So are you talking on the backup right now?
Yes. Yes.
Let me mute the other one then. Okay. Say something again.
Okay, how's this?
Okay, there we go. I think that's good.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry guys.
That's okay.
All right, can you see my screen still?
Yes, right now I can see you doing a donkey kick.
Okay. All right. So there's an echo here. Oh yeah, I'm talking into this one. Okay. So let's see here. Going through the page, just some more examples of posting daily with videos and stuff like that. This is very strange for me. Let's see. The one that I'm in right now is probably the one that's going the best. This is an example of carrying my free groups into another program. I need to go back to my slides because I feel like I'm jumping all over the place here and I don't want to confuse everybody. So let's try this. So those are some examples of the group and how they're run. I'll go back to invites. I want to go to content of the group. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. I post a daily motivator in the free groups. I do a challenge of the day, like what's your why, post your why of the day. Things about meal prep, do one thing that makes you uncomfortable, drink more water, stuff like that. Oh, I'm not on my slides. Oh yeah, I am. Okay. Drink more water. Let's go there. do something active with family members over the holidays, all that kind of stuff. I've done miscellaneous things in the free groups, like I've done stuff from the Beachbody Pinterest board just to get that into the back of their brain, some other resources. I've done a lot of live videos, which actually I think gets people really engaged because they get notifications on their phones right away, and it shows that I'm not trying to be a perfectionist with my videos. My daughter is usually in the videos with me, and so something definitely goes wrong in the videos to these people, but it shows them that I'm really relatable and that life is crazy and you can still do healthy things. I do prizes for points during my free groups where there's small giveaways. So this last one that I just did, they were responsible for tracking their points. I gave them different points, like workout daily and check-in is blank points. Invite someone to join you is however many points. Drink water daily is however many points. And so at the end of that week, I invited those who did track their points to share how many points they had, and then the person that had the most points got like a $15 gift card to Target. And then just to make that person feel super special in this free group, I made a banner from the app the Canva app, and so you can make really cool banners that way, and I put it in the group. And then I also gave them a personal message, like over the phone, and I also sent them a card in the mail. So I made that person feel super special, and that person actually just signed up as a customer. So that's pretty cool. One way that I put content into the groups as well is that I use their goals while I'm talking to them and while I'm inviting them. So this gives them almost like a personal shout out in the group. So example, I have a friend who wants abs, right? They want that 6-pack. So I would say something to them like, I'm so excited to have you in the group. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll make sure to put some extra stuff in the group so that you can really crush your goal of getting that 6-pack. And then I put a video in the group of some core exercises so that when that person sees that content, they feel like that is put in there specifically for them, so they stay connected and they're way more engaged. And then I also personally message them on that day and let them know that, you know, hey, I'm going to be posting about those core exercises on Tuesday or tomorrow, whatever. So be sure to be on the lookout for it and let me know what you think or if you have any questions. So again, it's just another opportunity to connect with them and result in further engagement. Okay, then going back to the invites. So how do I invite people to the free groups? I've done it a couple of ways now. I've done it where I'll do some post about whatever my free group is going to be on my personal page. And at the end of that post, it'll say like, to sign up or to join me, comment or put a personal message below. And then I tried another thing. Actually, I got the idea from Megan, but I had the options for them to sign up via commenting to me, sending me a private message, or adding themselves to the group. So whatever the group was, it was already made, and that link was posted in or pasted in the post. I actually got a lot of I got a lot of requests from people to join my groups by putting that link in there. And why I think it worked so well is it was totally non-threatening. They didn't have to have their name posted out there so other people would not be able to see like, oh, Cassie wants to join this group, but Cassie wants to join this group. She just didn't want to let other people know. So there was a lot of people that I knew from the past that added themselves to my groups by adding that link in there. So I think moving forward, I'm going to always have a link into that group so that people can do that, because it was way more successful to have that option in there too, versus like, hey, put your name down here so everybody can see it. Some people are comfortable with that, but most people are not. So I invite through those posts, or I invite through personal invites. And the personal invites are people who I've been talking with already about whatever, their health, their baby, their dog, people that I have some sort of a connection with, people who engage with my stuff a lot. So people who I constantly see liking and commenting on my stuff, or liking my stuff, but they haven't commented a lot, I will reach out to them and personally invite them because I know that they're interested because they like and they engage in my stuff. And then people who are interested, but the time isn't right for a full challenge, I'll always invite them to the free groups. And then most people who have joined the group are people I've either personally had a conversation with, or we've commented on each other's stuff at least 2 or 3 times before they join the group. So I always try to make sure that I do some sort of a connection to their stuff and show that I'm interested in them and in their life. And what I have found is that after 2 or 3 connections with them, they'll at least join a free group, which is really cool because then they can have a lot more opportunities to connect and then turn into a customer.
So you have connected with these people 2 or 3 times, whether it be through private message. Okay, this is what I was going to ask. What does that invite look like? I think that's where some people kind of get scared. They're like, oh, I don't know what to say to them, kind of thing. So, okay, keep going.
Okay. Yeah, definitely keep those questions coming because that's good. All right. So the invitations, I put personal outreach down there. An example of someone that I would talk to, this is kind of like a script, I guess. Hi, I've seen you doing whatever. Let's say that they play volleyball a lot. Hi, I've seen you playing volleyball. That's so cool. You've been on my mind. I wanted to let you know that I've been running some fun groups on Facebook. These are private. I thought that your background in volleyball might make you interested in something like this too, because it's really fun to be a part of a team and be active. There's no pressure whatsoever, but I'd love to share some more with you if you're interested and if that's okay with you. So breaking that down a little bit, I'm showing that I've seen what they're doing, so I actually care about them and what they're interested in. I'm giving them a compliment. You know, that's so cool that you play volleyball. I think that kind of builds them up a little bit. You've been on my mind, not in a creepy way, but you've been in my mind, so I've been thinking of you and I'm interested in your life. I wanted to let you know that I've been running some fun groups. So that's kind of my intro into what I've been doing. I thought with your background in volleyball, maybe you'd be interested in something like this too. So I'm kind of relating what they're interested in with what I'm interested in and how they can connect to each other. And then this one, this line right here, no pressure whatsoever. It's just telling them that there's no pressure. They don't need to feel like they have to do anything. And I think that kind of lets people let their guard down. But then I say, but I'd like to share more with you if you're interested and if that's okay with you. So it kind of puts the ball in their court and makes them feel like they are making the decision and I'm not just trying to like spam them into something. So I found that that line right there works really well, and you can really tweak it to whatever they're talking about. Then another one that I use a lot is you may or may not be interested in this or in whatever, but we seem like we are going through similar stuff, and this has been really helpful for me. I think it could be for you too. I have a group starting on Monday. Would you be interested in doing this with me? I use this a lot with moms, with working people, with people who are married. Again, I'm going off of my life and what I can connect with there in some way, shape, or form. Or again, going to things like quilting or interest, or it doesn't have to be big things like babies and husbands.
Yeah, no, I really like those. I like that you say no pressure whatsoever because, like you said, it lets their guard down. And you know what? Then if they're not interested, then they're more likely to respond saying, maybe I'm not right now. This isn't really a good time. Versus on the contrary, where if you don't say that, people are more likely to just not respond at all then. And then on the second one, I like how, you relate it. You kind of get that feel, felt, found kind of thing, and then how you end it. Would you be interested in doing this with me, like you're doing it together? I really like that.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Does anyone have any questions on that so far? Okay. All right. So what else do we got here? We talked about this already. Well, this is an example of, I copied and pasted what one of my posts were. So how I've used my experiences to connect. This was for my Thanksgiving fitness challenge, and it was a huge hit. It was the first one that I did. I had a video in there. I think it was a video of me doing some workouts. And I started it out because, so for me, for Thanksgiving, it always means we go to our in-laws and we sit around a table and we eat a ton of calories and we don't move, and it drives me crazy. So I was thinking, how can I combat that, and how can I turn it into a group for people who might be going through similar stuff? So I basically said that because I know that next week I'll face mountains of high calorie food, hours upon hours of sitting, staying away from my home. I'm just saying what I'm going through, which allows other people to connect. I open it up to anybody who can relate to it. I say that there's no cost. I'm just putting it out there to hold myself accountable and have some fun while hoping you do the same. This one I did do comment or PM, but like I said before, when you put the group link in your post, you're probably going to get a lot more people. Requirements for the group. So far for the free groups, there's none. Anybody can join the free groups. The free groups, there are more requirements. For the free groups, I found that people invite their friends to these, and so that's really cool because it's a way for me to connect with more people too, and for other people to see what's going on. Oh, this is something that I learned. So in my groups where I've paid customers and customers who have not paid but are really contemplating what's going on, I always have people who are in a program talk about their program. Like, I'm doing a 21-day fix, in the intros. I'm doing a 21-day fix and I love it. I love whatever about it. And so those people who are not signed up in programs see all these other people talking about their programs and how much they love them and their experiences with them. And I've actually had like 2 or 3 people contact me like 2 or 3 days into the group and say, okay, I want my program. I don't like not having what these people are having. So that's something that I've done too.
I love that. That's really good advice.
Yeah. Did I talk about content in groups? I think I did.
Yeah, real quick though, I just wanna, cause like I've seen your groups, which I think is like huge. Some people are really afraid to run free groups, but you just take exercises right from the workouts that are provided for us and make them into like a short video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you don't have to create like your own workout. Like you could just take 3 or 4 or maybe 5, however many you want, do a short video, whether it's on iMovie or I know you use a couple different apps, but and something, and you can learn how to use any app on YouTube. I promise, I do it all the time. If I don't know how to use something, I YouTube it. And then she takes like recipe stuff right from Pinterest. She's not really creating these full meal plans for people. So it's literally just getting these people into a group, sharing some videos of a workout, or even in one of them, she took, was it like a Pinterest post of like different moves that people could do. So she didn't even make a video in that one. So yeah, what is there anything else that I missed that you do though?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Like I know you do your like daily challenges, which I think are super cool too, like a water challenge. Like I like to do, this is one you can do in a free group or in like a paid group. I like to do like a see a chug, send a chug challenge. So I'll start it out and like I'll be chugging water and then I'll tag someone else and we like do it until everyone in the group gets tagged, because it's more fun when everyone gets involved, and then when people feel like they're involved, they're just like they want more of it. So like different challenges like that. I know Rachel, you do other ones too, but I just want you guys to like see that like you don't have to come up with this crazy content to run free groups. Okay,
Rachel,
go ahead.
Oh, and actually,
Sorry, I have a quick question.
I'm glad you
Scared me. Kels, go ahead.
Sorry. So Rachel, for your free groups, so you run like a 3-week one at the beginning of the month, right?
Yes.
Am I getting feedback? Is that me?
I think so. Are you on 2 things too, Kels?
Mm-mm. No.
I think you're okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so you have like a paid challenge going on at the beginning of the month, correct? For like 3 weeks, and then you have like a free group at the end of the month. So what do you do if you have somebody that's like in your, you're like, because you have like people that aren't necessarily customers quite yet in your like 3-week group? what do you do if somebody like wants to sign up like midway through it? Do you just like let them pick up and start in that group, or do you just like hold them off and put them in a free group and then start them in the next 3-week group at the beginning of the next month? Does that make sense?
I don't think I understand your question. Oh.
So she runs a 3-week group with like new customers and people that aren't quite customers yet, correct? So those people that are in your 3-week group that haven't signed up yet, let's say they want to sign up halfway through that group. What do you do with those customers that just randomly signed up in the middle of that group? Like, to get them a full like 3-week group, like being like in the middle of that, how do you like transition those people?
Yes. So what I do is I will like put them in the free group right away, and they'll just know that it starts on that day. And what have I done? And then I'll put them in the free group at the end of it. If it's like at the very beginning of the group, I'll just add them to it. But if it's like halfway through the group, I kind of just personally work with them. And it kind of gets them like super excited about it. You know, I really work with them to get them familiar with like Beachbody On Demand, or really familiar with their meal prep and their food prep, and maybe some like small things that they can do ahead of time, so that they're like excited about the upcoming group, but they're not jumping in at a weird time. And I don't know if that's the best thing to do, but that is what I have been doing right now, and it's worked pretty decently.
Yeah, I don't think that there's like a perfect thing to do on that. That was a really good question though, Kel. Because Jamie and I used to run new groups every 2 weeks so that we always had people getting started right away. That got to be really overwhelming. So now we just start them on the third Monday of every month. And that's when our groups are going to start. So like there have been some people who I've got them signed up. I'll send them out an email. I'll have them fill out a form to send me their goals so that I can help hold them accountable. And then I'll just kind of touch base every now and again, help them pick a program, and then just let them know that, hey, you can get started at any time. Our group doesn't start until this time, but you know, you're welcome to get started on your own. Or, you know, if you have like a free group like Rachel, I think that what you do is just fine too, Rach.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. There's no like, I don't know what the rules are, if there are rules.
There are no rules.
I just always struggle like transitioning random challengers to come in, so I'm just trying to figure out like how to like I had a girl set up right now, like tonight, and I'm like, okay, well my group just started like Monday, so I'm like, okay, what do I do with her? Like, do I like throw her in that group even though she doesn't have Shakeology, doesn't have like anything yet? Do I like hold her off until my next group starts in February? Like, I'm just trying to figure out like what to do with like those random people that just come in randomly, where to put them. So
yeah, with that situation, since you're not running a free group and you don't have one starting up right away, and she doesn't have her Shakeology and she did pay, I would say, you know, obviously you're able to put her in like our group that starts on Monday, but in the event that you wouldn't have a group to put her in right away, I would say your best bet would be work with her one-on-one and let her know when your next group starts, so that she does get the full effect of the group.
Okay, so just to finish off here, because we're getting a little long. Okay, so how I run the groups. So at the beginning of each of the weeks, a description of the group, the page is set up before I invite anybody to it. I do a post about ground rules at the beginning, like be supportive of people, don't be mean, lift each other up, you know, show up daily, stuff like that. And then I do a separate post for introductions, like introduce yourself, one thing about you, one thing that you hope to get out of this group, and one thing that you hope to struggle with, because that gives me a ton of insight on them, and it helps them super like connect with other people. I kind of do another post for them to know like what to expect. You know, you can expect a workout of the day, a challenge of the day, daily motivation, stuff like that. And then I try to be the one to start a check-in post each day, even if I'm not the first one to do a workout or whatever my free group is about. I try to be the first one to start a check-in post on that. And just so you know, you can schedule posts. Like if you're not going to be up at 4 a.m, you can schedule a post to post at 4 a.m. Biggest, I know this call has kind of jumped all over the place, but I just want to let you know that like with the free groups, basically my intentions behind them are just to connect with people and give them as much information as possible, because by giving them as much as possible, it really helps them build that connection and build that trust with me. And it has turned it around for a lot of people, or it's really just helped to grow a deeper connection with people. That hopefully will turn into a customer someday. So really, I don't try to hold back in anything in my free groups, and you can only share so much in 1 week anyway. So it's like, there's no way I would ever give away everything that I know in one group in 1 week. So I try to share as much as I possibly can. It gets people really interested. I've had some people who have decided that from learning a few things in the group, they want to learn more. So, in my mind, I'm thinking if I would have held back, maybe they wouldn't have been as interested. I try to make the groups as much about what their interests are as possible so that they can always have something to relate to. And yeah, definitely a learning process, but I just try to be as much of myself as possible. I try to check in with every single participant at least halfway through. If it's someone who's been super quiet, I'll personally message them because maybe they just don't like to be in that group setting, even online. It might be intimidating for them, but I just try to make as many connections with people as possible in those groups to make them want more. Just some feedback for stuff that's helped me make further programs from people. So they like seeing me with my daughter or dog. It shows real life. They like seeing the ideas on things, even if it's stuff that I haven't come up with. Again, a lot of the stuff that I post is from Pinterest or from Beachbody or from the Beachbody blog. So I'm definitely not creating like brand new stuff. That would take forever. They like to see that I struggle too. They like to be held personally accountable. They like sharing what they've learned with others and inviting others. Again, a lot of people have invited other people to these groups. They like the videos, they like watching me. And I say that because a lot of people have reached out like, hey, I've been watching your workouts. What are you doing? So that's kind of got some interest there. They got results and they shared their results and mentioned me in their comments on their social media page. Someone just commented like, hey, they're not a customer yet, but they commented like, I just lost 5 pounds. I'm feeling really proud of myself. And I have Rachel Kaler to thank for reaching out to me and motivating me. So even though they're not a paying customer, like they just helped me get some more credibility with other people, which is pretty cool. So let's see. Any questions on those free groups from anybody? Okay, if you want me to share like about those videos really quickly, how I do those?
Yeah, like you can share like what apps you use. You don't have to like go into how. I mean, we can totally do an entire call on like how to use your
Okay, you
videos.
could.
But yeah.
Okay, so just really quickly, the apps that I use for my videos. So to save on time, I usually record my videos like while I'm doing my workouts or right after I'm done with my workout while some movement is fresh in my mind. Like, ooh, I really liked this move that Autumn did. So I'll get done with my workout so that I do it, but then I'll just go back in and record that one movement really quickly because then I don't have to like get back into my workout clothes and all that kind of stuff. So it takes really little time. So I'll record myself on my phone. And then if it's one move that I'm doing, I usually do iMovie because that's one video at a time. So in iMovie, you can cut stuff, you can take out audio, you can put music in. If it's going to be multiple movements put together, I use the app called GoPro Splice, which is really nice. It's completely free, and you can splice videos together so that it makes one really nice, smooth workout video. So those are the biggest things that I do for those. Other than that, the follow-up, the connection, trying to get people from free groups into a paid customer. I'll say things like, you've been doing awesome. What can we do to get you to your goals? So I'm connecting them to me. Can you see how something like this could help you? Let's keep this momentum going. I don't want you to lose the work that you've done. The next free group isn't for another month, so you would have to like start over each time. So it really helps them get that sense of urgency with the free groups to move into being a paid customer. So, and then this one I thought was kind of funny. What I've learned is that I have a lot to learn. So it's been fun, but definitely different each month.
I love that though. Like, I've been doing this for 3 years. Jamie's been doing it for a long time too, and we still learn something, or like we still text each other and we're like, okay, I haven't heard this one yet. Like, how do you think you would respond to this? Or, we help each other, like, okay, maybe I'm not sure what to post, and we help each other. We have a lot to learn yet, and I still watch videos on YouTube all the time. Like, this was awesome, Rach. I have a couple things written down. I don't know why I decided to use 3 different notebooks, but let me find my questions and quick comments and everything.
Do you want me to stop sharing my screen?
Oh yeah, you can stop sharing. That's totally fine.
Okay.
I like that you use the point system. I think that it's awesome that they get points for inviting friends. I did a point system. Jamie and I did Rachel, you were in our group actually. We did a point system group. I think you're in that one. And people like were blowing up the group. It took us forever to tally up the points and everything. People loved it. People were making posts and like tagging us on it. So I like the point system, and it can honestly even be like, I've done something as little packets of Energize. Like, Energize to get in the samples is a lot cheaper. Like, if you don't want to get it for yourself, you can use them as samples and give them away in groups. Let's see. I love that you relate your posts to your customers' goals and like really make them feel special, because this business really is about relationship building that trust between you guys, that sense of belonging. I really, really like that. Let's see. Okay. Just a couple other things to kind of go from here. Other things that you can do, like if you're a new coach and maybe you haven't started up one yet, or you haven't really posted a CTA or a call to action, you could talk about your fitness progress and say you want to put together a free group to help people do what you've been doing. And so it's going to be a week long. The link is in the comments. Go ahead and add yourself in if you're interested. Like, that can be a super easy post to kind of get your free group going. And with this, I have to say this, and I want to scream this, but don't try to perfect it. I finally ran my first free group after I saw that Rachel was doing one, and I've been a coach for 3 years. And I was like, I've been saying I'm going to do a free group for 3 years. I'm going to do it. And I threw it on the wall like spaghetti. It was messy, but I got my first one in, and now I know how I can make them a little bit better. And I did my workouts, and I had a piece of pen and a paper ready, because I don't like to do my videos in the middle of my workout because it messes up my workout. So I had a piece of paper and a pen ready during my workout, and I wrote down 4 moves that I liked from the workout so I wouldn't forget them. And then I did them immediately after. And then I use iMovie, but there are tons of video apps you can use, like the ones that Rachel shared. So whether you do those videos in groups or you post videos on your Facebook page, those are great content to share with people. Like, here's some moves that I did for my workout today. Had me dying. Girls laying on the floor over here. Maybe not everyone talks like I do, so don't mind me. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I'm really excited. I think this is stuff that everyone can start putting into action. Put a free group together, get it started. Maybe it's the first Monday of next month. That's a perfect time to start a free group. Rachel, I know you have yours already planned, but everyone else, if you don't have one planned, you can start at the first Monday of next month, going into Team Cup, and then kind of transition them into challengers. Sign up for a Team Cup team. Tomorrow, Janelle Summers, our upline. Her team call that starts at 11 a.m. our time is going to be on recruiting. And I've been trying to pound it in that the way to build residual income and massive financial success is by building a team. And so Janelle's going to talk on recruiting tomorrow. So if you can't hop on live, I definitely recommend listening to that recording. Does anyone have any questions at all for Rachel or for me or for anyone? Okay, well, Rachel, thank you so much. This was really an awesome call. Thanks for sharing all of your goodies with us. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.